Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Many a True Nerd, and welcome back to the jazzy music of Nicole. Last time we learnt a few things about the three girls who were abducted, and now we are approaching, well, we're at the weekend, it's the 14th of December. My understanding is this game ends on the 21st of December. That is the end of the semester and the game, so I feel like we're getting very close to the end here. We've maxed out wit, we've maxed out clues, and I've just been sleeping during the time to keep my morale and energy maxed up. So, we are in very good shape for whatever is going to be coming up next. So, let's find out what is next. Under the sound of my music, I hear a faint buzzing that can't be part of the song I'm on. Is that my phone? I pull an earbud out and check my bed and see my screen's lit up with an announcement of an incoming call. Ah, I recognise who it is. After awkwardly tugging out the other earbud, I place them as carefully as I can on my desk before snatching up my phone. It feels like I answer it just in the nick of time, too. Hello? Hey there, Nicole. Who's Anderson? What? Who's Anderson? Oh, that's definitely my dad, Lieutenant Anderson Grave. As the title suggests, he's in the military. Air Force to be specific, he's stationed at a base nearby, though I'm not exactly sure what he does. Last I heard it was providing some basic training, but he's great at fixing machines too. Hi Daddy, not yelling at anyone today? I just finished with that actually. Ha. I doubt either of us will forget the time he actually answered me using his drill sergeant voice one time. I thought I'd called the wrong number. Mom totally let him have him for that. I guess that's why he's extra careful about it now. I wanted to see how you were getting on with school. First year of college can be a real doozy. Daddy, I know you're busy. It's fine if you don't call. I can spare a few minutes for my little girl. I'm sure the boys appreciate the breather anyway. Well, okay. What can I say? Obviously nothing about you-know-what. Lord Voldemort? School's good. Let's talk about school. I told you about my schedule, right? Did you? Hey, I told you the night before the year started, remember? When you took me out to dinner. I signed to the receiver. You're terrible. Your old man's called old for a reason. Well, my schedule was not bad. I'm only having trouble with my bio class, but I kind of expected that to happen. I've got a few odd jobs lined up whenever I need the money. Oh, thank God. Well, my dad's really glad that I've got a job. Now I don't have to worry about you running me dry with that online spending you do. I only do it to buy presents for the man who tried to rape me. That's a sad indictment of flipping Nicole's life, isn't it? Mom told you about that, huh? Hope you pay for some of it. Your mother and I may not be together anymore, but we still be adults when it comes to our kids. The way he says that with such finality makes my chest go heavy. I do my best not to show it, though. You guys are the best, seriously. I'll try not to spend so much from now on. If I give in to weakness, I'm super sorry. Just try your best to resist temptation. I know you got it in you, Nicole. Oh, right. There was something else I was meaning to talk to you about. There it is. I can hear it. He's using the same tone my mom did right before she asked about... That area's had a string of girls disappearing, right? I was hoping this topic wasn't going to come up. Not you too. Your mother told me about it, Nicole, and I have to agree that it's something you should be wary about. He's really right, Nicole. You have been specifically threatened. You never know what could happen. Trust me, I do. My eyes widen. Crap, I did not mean to say that out loud. What do you mean? I mean, I've been learning about the disappearances to keep safe and all that. I don't want this to happen to me, obviously. Even if it already has, I think to myself. It's great you're taking some precaution, honey, but be sure to look out for yourself. You never know what... I hear someone talking to Dad, cutting off from our conversation. He must cover the phone with his hand, because I can only hear a muffled voice from that point on. Nicole, honey, you still there? I snap back to attention when I hear his real voice blare through my phone. Oh, yeah, everything okay? Somebody needs my attention now. I have to go. Sorry. I won't lie, hearing that's kind of disappointing since we were just getting to talk. But on the bright side, at least my dad will stop interrogating me about the disappearances. No biggie, Daddy. I'll talk to you later, okay? Yeah, see you later, Nicole. There's a click on the other line. There goes my dad. I throw my phone on the bed and flop face down beside it. Slowly, I roll over onto my back so I'm looking at the ceiling. What am I going to do? Sure, I've learnt about those girls, but I don't know. I don't feel like it's helped Matt as much. Maybe I should have told Dad. Then he could stick the whole Air Force on this guy. I wouldn't have had to worry about this whole thing. Like that would happen. Pfft. I don't need anyone's help with catching this guy. I'll show him he's messed with the wrong girl all on my own. But wow, my eyelids feel like they're closing on their own. How tired must I be to... Well, I guess a nap wouldn't hurt. I shut my eyes and my body drifts along towards slumber, away from all these worries and cares. I don't know how long I'm out for. Possibly hours. When I wake up and glance out the window, I'm greeted by the dull glow of the setting sun. That was definitely more than a nap for sure. I feel even more exhausted than I was at the start. Uh-oh. I'm a bit worried I may have been drugged with some form of narcotic. I sit up, dropping my legs over the side of the bed and rub my eyes. My phone? Where's my phone? Blindly, I grope around my bed for my phone as I continue to rub my eyes. I hope no one tried texting me while I was out cold. Luck has it that no one did, but it doesn't look like I got an email. Is it for class? Oh, even better, it's from Roller! At least that's what I think, until I actually get to reading it. Uh-oh, message from the creep. The username this time is no more jokes. No more jokes. Another fake blog. No more jokes? Is that what that's supposed to mean? Are they saying they haven't been serious until now? It's true they haven't messaged me all this time, but didn't they were just toying with me like this? Ugh. I block this blog without replying and rise to my feet, off toward my laptop. I haven't forgotten about that tracker I installed on my blog. No siree. If that works, then... Ah, it did! Okay, now we've got something. On the page listing all the visitors to my blog, there's a new entry updated just a few seconds ago. That has to be the abductor. Thanks for your IP address, asshole. Okay, now Nicole. I'm going to judge Nicole based on what she does now. She has an IP address that she strongly suspects to be the person who's abducting women or has threatened to be so. She now takes the IP address and she calls the police. That's what she does now. I copy the IP address, look up a few IP trackers on the internet, then copy the address in each one. Now let's see what we find. It takes a few seconds for each one to process, but the results I find aren't too surprising. I was honestly already expecting something like this. It looks like the IP address is coming from school. Of course, I have no idea where and by who, but the small browser maps have marked the campus as the IP address's location, which means it's very likely the abductor is either someone who works here or attends here. In other words, a student. Or a teacher. But never mind, apparently Nicole doesn't consider that possibility. It was all adding up to this. All three girls were students of this school, which always seemed too coincidental to me. Maybe if there was a victim from out of town I'd think otherwise, but nope. It's like this abductor wants to be caught. They're making it way too easy. Well, so I say. That's pretty much the only thing I've figured out so far. So give it to the police. They can find tech experts who can probably do a better job than you can just by Googling it. I take a calming breath to try and settle my nerves. Don't freak out, Nicole. All this means is that you'll need to be extra careful while you're on campus. I'll have to stay in public as much as possible. Take all the crowded routes. Make sure I'm with someone at all times. And if the abductor thinks they got me scared, they have another thing coming. As a matter of fact, I'm more pumped to get them than I ever was before. She hasn't called the police. What a spanner. Okay, it is now the 18th of December, so we're so damn close to the end of the game. And Nicole has apparently found herself back in the library, and she is starting to let this abduction business finally get to her. Believe me, it's hard to admit, but I'm acting like an addict who needs a fix. Lately, all I can think about is finding out more. It's almost as if I need to investigate or I'll go crazy. Nicole, your clues are maxed. There's no more clues. We have max clues. School's becoming second priority, and that's no way to go if we're going to get close to the end of the year. I have finals coming up. It doesn't seem like I'm getting much studying done in the library. I drum my fingers and knit my brow, ignoring my open laptop for the meantime. What else do these girls have in common? I mumble to myself, trying to think harder. There has to be a reason that the kidnapper picked up these three girls. Maybe it was just some random coincidence. No. You don't randomly abduct someone based on some coincidence. Well, you might randomly do it based on opportunity. I mean, they were all loners for various reasons. Like, they kind of all had time left in their room on their own. Their roommate was absent, so it might just be that there was a good opportunity to abduct all of them. I have to figure this out. Maybe if I try outlining this step by step. When did each girl get abducted? Erin was abducted last December, Alicia in April, and Julie just this last August. But more specifically, what time of day did they have to be taken at? If I think about what Kurt, Jeff and Ted all told me, had to be night time. At least, if I was the abductor, that's what I'd do. Nicole did it. Nicole is the abductor. This is all a cunning ruse. Each girl was out way late at night. Erin would be out running, Alicia out studying, and Yuli helping around town. Even I must have had my first run-in with the abductor late at night. That's what those noises were when I dropped my phone. Creepy. It's scary to think how close we were. As for how they got abducted, I'm not sure, but I can take a pretty good guess. Well, we know drugs were involved. When they were found, each girl was reported to have traces of a soporific in their body. They must have been put to sleep, then dumped in their respective places. I figured that could have happened for their abduction too. Somehow late at night, they were attacked by the kidnapper, drugged with a sleeping agent, then dragged off somewhere. I guess. That gets me thinking, where did the abductor hide these girls? Had to be somewhere out of the public eye and discreet. Even the police haven't figured this out. Wait, have they? I don't think I read much into the investigations themselves, just the abduction. You utter spanner, Nicole. Keep up with the bloody news. I better fix this. Yes, you'd better keep up with the police, because I'd love it if she now logs on and says, police locate kidnapper, arrest local man, turned out to be Jeff all along. That would be marvellous if it turned out the kidnapper had been arrested 2 weeks ago. On my laptop, I searched for more on the mysterious disappearance case, as it's been dubbed. However, this time, I looked through the search results for more dealing with the investigation. This one seems detailed. It's from the local news, too. Skimming through the article doesn't bring up anything useful until I get to the very end. Police reports suggest the kidnapper held victims in a certain area, but further investigations provided no hard evidence. Of course they don't say exactly where they thought the victims would be held. They don't want random people trying to look for themselves. Like me, for example. But maybe if I got a map of the town, I could figure out the place the police suspected. Really? Why would you be able to figure that out? But worth a shot, I guess. I easily find the map searching online, but where do I go from here? Is there a way to work in what I know to narrow the area down? There is one idea I have. If I was the abductor and I wanted to dump the bodies, I'd have no choice but to do it somewhere nearby, or there's a chance I'd be seen. Yet somehow all 3 bodies appeared in different places. The article didn't mention anything about the victims being held in different places, so it's safe to assume they were all held in the same place. So somewhere between, an equal distance between the 3 locations would be the most logical. Which probably means the place is close to all 3 locations, yes. The park, the campus, and the disco pub. Those are like so far apart. Maybe if I do that thing where you trace a line through each spot and see if they intersect. A Venn diagram, Nicole. It's called a Venn. Never mind. I use my fingers for the job. While it does leave my screen slightly smudged, it actually works. I run over the same place from all 3 locations. The place they intersect happens to be here. I click on the address and look at it from a street view. What I find outside is what looks like some old decrepit building. That is definitely shady. Well, I don't know, in Britain you find them all over the shop, but then that's just a legacy of deindustrialisation in the 1980s. But I don't know whether you've kind of had that in the US as well. There's definitely been deindustrialisation, but I don't know. Nicole's decided it's shady, so it's shady, damn it. Looking it up shows that it used to be an office building back in the day, like way back in the day. There aren't any businesses that operate from there anymore. That makes it kind of perfect to house abductees, in my opinion. I know I shouldn't, but I have to check this place out. Might end up close to figuring this out if I do. And I'm going to go right now to make sure I don't lose my nerve. I know the abductor's out there somewhere, but if I make sure I get back before it's too late, I should be fine. I think. Oh, Nicole, I'm worried about this. I hurry out to the library before I can second guess myself. It takes me way longer to find the place than I expected, even while using the navigation app on my phone. But now I'm here, I'm thinking it was probably a bad idea to rush out like that. Oh, blimey, we've just gone inside. This place looks seriously creepy. The floor is wrecked, the windows are cracked. It's completely obvious no one's been here in a long while. Do you remember how we were just saying how I had to be super careful and not go out after dark and always stay in crowded places and always go with someone? Apparently I've just decided to screw that. I'm going to go to the place that I think might be the hideout of the abductor, and I'm not going to go with anyone, tell anyone where I'm going, or anything. So yes, it's completely obvious no one's been here for a long while. Ugh, I think there's even moss growing on the windowsills too. This place is gross. No wonder the police didn't think anything of here. I might as well look around a bit since I'm here, but not for too long. Since it took me so long to find this place, it's gotten late, and being out at this time of night is just asking for it. I step carefully around the cracks on the ground, not sure exactly where I'm going. The only sounds I can hear are the drips of water and my footsteps. It's eerie, like when movies talk about it being too quiet. I must pass through what has to be a million halls before I finally see the outline of a door nearby. Do I really want to go in there? There's no telling what's on the other side. Yet, with all the morbid possibilities that run through my mind, I stand up grabbing the grimy handle and turning it. Ooh, it's very bright in here. What I find is a room. There was a room behind the door! Call the police immediately. It's just a room. And it's clean. I see a bare bed pushed to the wall, and a table set before that with one chair on either side and a toilet, though none of that's pictured, but we promise it's really all there. What would you use a room like this for? It's almost as if it's a jail. Oh, maybe that's it. I wander around the room to try and see if there's anything of interest. One thing I do notice is that the chairs are bolted to the stone floor. So is the table. It doesn't take a genius to guess the toilet and bed will be the same. Well, toilets don't have to be bolted to the floor, Nicole. Toilets just are fixed to the floor, you spanner. So no way to move anything or to break it. No window here either. There's no doubt about it. This room is perfect for keeping someone in, which must be why the police investigated it. But since they couldn't find any hard evidence, there must be no signs of DNA or personal things. So finding this room means Jack's squat. It's only a possibility. I guess it's something though. So if I assume this is where the abductor kept the girls, I wonder how he fed them. How did he keep it a secret for 3 whole days each time? Oh wait, I think back to those conversations I had about them again. Wouldn't it be easy for each girl to go missing without noticing? Nobody could stand errands, they probably didn't bother keeping tabs on her. Alicia was always out and about doing her smarty pants things, and Yuli was living alone when she was abducted. And that was what I've already figured out before, and it seems like the abductor picked girls he could easily take and wouldn't be easily noticed. In fact, I'd assumed that they'd just been out cold for the whole 72 hours, because the report didn't suggest they actually were aware of anything, but maybe the report just didn't, they just didn't make that information public. If that's the case, why pick me? Chandra and I talk like every day. She'd notice if I was missing right off the bat. Oh, I'm really suspicious of Chandra. Because didn't they say Yuli, she had a roommate, but the roommate went mysteriously absent or something? I'm really worried that Yuli's old roommate might have been Chandra. I'm really suspicious of Chandra right now. That doesn't make sense. As much as I think about it, I can't seem to fit it together. I shake my head, stop myself before I get too far ahead. This isn't the place to do this anyway. I should get out of here while I can. I quietly exit the room, closing the door behind me. Walking back through this place is not going to be fun, but hey, maybe there's another way out. I should at least check. I head opposite the way I came, using my phone as a flashlight, just for the sake of finding my footing. There's nothing in this place I want to really see. Going farther in is just as confusing as coming in. There are more doors on the walls, but creaking them open with my foot only reveals dirty, empty rooms. Whoever they are, at least they know how to pick a place with the right mood. An abandoned building, a place you'd first suspect something sinister to happen. Maybe the reason they found no evidence was because this place has nothing to do with the abductions, though. I could be on completely the wrong track. What am I even doing? I'm just a girl. I should have gone to the police right away the moment I got the threatening message. And you definitely should have done it when you got the IP address, Nicole. Flipping heck. Go to the police now. Now, now, now. I'm not trying to solve this on my own. Maybe I'm in way over my head. I forced myself to break out of my session of self-loathing once I noticed a door similar to the one that got me in here. Ooh, a back entrance. I thought something like this would exist. I feel much more relaxed outside than in the abandoned building. It's so confined and suffocating inside there. It makes me feel like I'm some heroine in a scary movie. Ha, maybe I am right now. It looks like this entrance leads out to the back lot of the building, so I find my way to the front next to the street. Phew, the streetlights are on. I keep under these and I'll have safely made my way back to the campus. The problem is getting back to my dorm on my own, but I've been practicing a few routes. I grab my bag and I'm about to head out to the building's lot when I suddenly hear a noise. Did something rustle? God, this is such deja vu. If I hear it again, I'm going to do what I should have done last time and scream for help. But I don't. I don't hear anything afterward. I exhale loudly and my body sags as all the pent-up anxiety dissipates. I guess that really was nothing this time. All this cannot be good for my health, I swear. I fix my head nervously, biting my lip, then continue the way I intended. I don't look back once. I tell myself it's because I'm trying not to be over-paranoid, but honestly, I think I'm just scared of what I'd see if I did. Okay, so we found a mysterious building, which may or may not be connected to the case, but you've got to think it is, given they, created a backdrop for it and everything. So here we are, the very final day, I know, on the 21st of December, a Saturday. This is the final day of the game. Whatever is going to happen, it's going to happen here. I nearly burst through the doors of my class building the moment I'm done with my bio final. I'm free! I'm free! I've officially completed my first college semester ever. I'm so giddy I want to jump in the air, but there are too many people around to do that. I have to pretend I have at least some shame. None of these tests were that hard. I'm feeling pretty good about all this. I can head out on the Christmas break without worrying about my dumb grades. But I wouldn't be heading back to California for a few days. For now, I'll just kick back and relax the best I can. Yeah, school's over for now, but I haven't forgotten about that creep who claims to be after me. It's really weird. It's been so long since they last tried to contact me. Wonder what's up with them. I shouldn't get too comfortable. If they're really the abductor, they might be up to something as I speak. I groan loudly and start walking. Man, I need to chill out. I was just in the middle of saying how I was going to relax, and now I'm thinking about those abductions again. It's only when I feel my phone ring that my thoughts drift somewhere else. Was that a text from someone? No, it was another email. And it's from Roller again. Ugh, whenever I see a Roller message, my stomach seizes in on itself like a cave-in. I always wonder if it's going to be another fake blog made by the abductor. And what do you know? It actually is this time. The username, Coming to Get You. At this point, I'm way too jaded to be that scared, but that name is unsettling to read. The day has come, fight or flight. Will you make the first strike on the abandoned battlefield? Or shall I? The day has come. I take back everything I said about not being too scared. I nearly dropped my phone from how bad my hands are shaking. December was when Erin was abducted last year. Are they going for the same schedule? I look down at the phone, rereading desperately. Will you make the first strike on the abandoned battlefield, or shall I? What do they mean? Abandoned battlefield? Wait. Do they mean that abandoned building? Is this a way to call me out? Are they so confident they think they can mess with me like this? I swallow the anger rising in my throat and do all I can to control myself from running off. I don't know what they're thinking, but they've made the biggest mistake of their life. I'm not going to let them get the better of me anymore. Ugh, I guess I can call Mom later. I know I promised this is way more important right now. She'll understand. I hope. I hurry through campus and head back to the abandoned building as I am. I did think about bringing a weapon, but that might raise some weird questions if anyone saw me. Am I really doing this? For all I know, I'm running headfirst toward my death. But I'm already here? Just think, maybe I can get this guy all on my own. That would be a terrible idea, Nicole, but okay. I can't be afraid. I've come this far. I've figured out so much. Even if I haven't figured out all the pieces just yet, I can't back down. What more could I figure out? I've got maxed out clues and maxed out everything. I don't know what else I could figure out. This is what I tell myself as I walk into the abandoned building. Oh, I really hope I didn't leave it too late to get all the clues or something, so I didn't have time to have all the cutscenes and thus I didn't have time to figure it all out. It's as quiet as it always is, with no sign of anyone nearby. Even so, I stay on my guard and walk slowly. Anything can pop out when you least expect it. Especially with how dark it is in here. It's still afternoon, but it doesn't look like much light gets in here at all. Wait, I can hear something. I turn to look down a nearby hall and something moves past the corner and into the shadows. I take off as an adrenaline rush comes over me, flooding out the fear that should have taken its place. That has to be the abductor. I can hear the noise coming more clearly now. It's like footsteps, but of someone running. I bet they don't realise they're leading me right to them. I keep chase, zipping past corners until I hear something else. They're girl screams. Oh my god, do they manage to abduct someone else instead? I don't waste any time. I race towards the door I can hear screams from, pull the door wide open. Stop! But there's no one to stop. The room is empty. Hold on. I think I've been here before. Yeah, this is the one room I investigated the last time I came here. This is where that sound's come from. I check around, and the closer I get to the bed, the louder the screams get. I sweep a hand under the pillows, and out comes a portable MP3. Uh-oh. Oh, Nicole, I think you've just walked into a trap. Scowling, I press the stop button and shove the player back in frustration. What the heck is this supposed to? It's a trap, Nicole. A slam of the door behind me is all I need for an answer. Should have been obvious in retrospect. It's a trap. And I fell for it like a big fat idiot. This can't be happening. I grab the knob and try to turn it, but it stuck in place, no matter how much I pull and twist. Somebody help me! I bang on the door with both fists, rattling the door on its hinge. Get me out of here! Let me out, damn it! It doesn't matter how hard I kick or scream, the door doesn't open. I try until my hands stink, but eventually I find my breath giving out. After one final thump on my fist, I slump against the door and slide down to my knees. I should have been more careful. What am I going to do now? Tiredly, I drop onto my bottom and lean back against the wall next to the door, knees hugged to my chest. I can't do anything. I can't even call for help. There's no signal in here. All I can do is sit on my useless butt. I bow my head between my legs, feeling like I want to die. I don't know what's going to happen now. I can hear someone calling my name. My body feels so heavy. Opening my eyes feels as strenuous as moving lead. I manage to do so, somehow. Everything's blurry. All I can see are colours and vague shapes. Why is it so loud? Oh, she's woken up, said Ron. Well, thank God Ron's here. There are hands on my shoulders and back that try to sit me up. I groan as I do so, flopping forward like a marionette doll without strings. Nicole Grave. Nicole, are you okay? That voice. It's almost like it's familiar to me, but I don't know. My brain's in a fog right now. Where am I? There's this weird taste in my mouth. My head hurts really bad. I feel the ground under me. It's so hard and I think I'm on pavement? Is that the right word? I open my mouth to try and ask, but nothing comes out. It just feels like dry air. It's okay, Nicole. You're safe now. We're going to take care of you, alright? Thanks, Ron. Take care of me from what? I'm safe? I don't understand what's going on. I was just... What was I doing before this? I can't really remember. It's not because of all those people talking, the sirens in the back. My brain is just honestly not remembering anything. But I think I was on the trail of the kidnapper, right? Right? Yeah, I was about to get them. I was on their track. I don't think I can stay awake anymore. Hands grab me before I fall back, steadying me up by my shoulders. It doesn't matter anyway. I still start to doze off. But as I do, it's like my brain is aching to tell me something. Something's screaming at the back of my head, and it hurts. It's almost about to burst out. Never does. I don't know what it is, but I can't get to it. I can't remember. I don't know what's going on anymore. All I want to do now is sleep. Okay, so it would seem I've definitely got a very bad ending, unfortunately, which is kind of odd, because I feel like I've done exactly what the little guides at the end of each day were telling me, which is I've maxed out the stat, and I've maxed out my relationship. My relationship with Jeff is 100%, my wit is max, and my clues are max, so I'm not sure why I've got a very bad ending. The thing is, I do know, like, from experience with, like, Hatofu Boyfriend and a few other dating simulators, sometimes they have very fussy particular criteria, like, things have to be done in a particular order by a particular date in order to give enough time for certain scenes to play. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go away and I'm going to do a little bit of research into how you get, like, a proper ending with Jeff, and I'm going to actually replay the entire game and record that, just the ending, for next week. And I can do that quite easily because there's a skip speech option, so you can like speed run through this game like in like an hour or two or something, just by basically speeding through all the text automatically and just getting straight to the choices. So I will do that, and next week we will actually get a proper ending, and we will see what the proper ending for Jeff should have been. I feel a bit annoyed that I didn't get it this week because I feel like I really should have done. It's pretty clear that I kind of did all the right things with Jeff, like the wit and the relationship and the items I gave him and everything like that. But never mind, these things do sometimes have funny criteria, and this is a game made by a very small team, so whatever, it's unfortunate. But that will be next week. And in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, I've been John. This has been Many a True Nerd, and this has been the first very bad ending of Nicole. Let's get a better one next week. Thank you very much, and goodbye. Good dodge, man. Question is, can you keep it up, cop? Oh, no, you can't. Ooh, nice. Oh, didn't quite get that one, though. We are going to the gun store in style. Oh, where's my partner? Oh, he's not here. Oh, so long, loser.